So guys, the fact that Manny Pacquiao left Errol Spence out of his Twitter poll, what does that mean? Does that mean that Errol Spence is afraid of... Oh, sorry. Does that mean Manny Pacquiao is afraid of Errol Spence? Well, it doesn't look well on Pacquiao, because Pacquiao went in the ring and he said, why not? He said he wanted to fight the winner of Spence Garcia. But, you know, now for him to back down and not have Spence on that list doesn't show him in good light. I don't think Pacquiao's confident he can beat Errol Spence. And here's the thing. I don't think Pacquiao wants to retire anytime soon. I think he looks at that Spence fight, and although he won't say it because Pacquiao's a proper fighting man, he looks at it, if I lose to Spence, it's a dangerous fight. Not a dangerous fight so much for his health, because every fight's dangerous when you're going in a boxing ring. But dangerous in the sense that Pacquiao could lose that fight, and Pacquiao understands that. He knows he can lose to Errol Spence. And he's thinking, is it worth taking that risk when I can fight other guys and have a 2-3 fights where I can make a payday? The Errol Spence fight, if he gets beat really badly, he may have to retire, because there might not be anywhere else for him to go. So that's the problem, in my opinion. I think the fact that I think it's the fact that Pacquiao thinks that he could lose to Errol Spence, whereas I think he's more confident fighting those other guys and thinking that he's gonna win. And that's the thing. I don't think he's as confident that he'll beat Errol Spence, and I think that's where the problem lies. I think Manny Pacquiao is just not confident. It's the confidence levels. I think he feels that, you know, Spence is a dangerous fight for him. Not so much a dangerous fight in terms of health. I don't mean it like that. Dangerous fight in terms of him winning the fight. You know, he feels that Spence, in his head, he probably feels Spence is dangerous, you know, in terms of a risky fight. And he probably wants a couple more fights. I think if it was a kind of where he's had a couple more fights where he's made quite a bit of money, then he may jump into the Spence fight. But he may be looking at it from that, or he may be looking at it from his age and thinking that he's not the fighter he was, because Manny Pacquiao would know, and thinking that this Spence fight may be a step too far for him right now in his career. Maybe Pacquiao's now starting to think like a civilian and no longer thinking like a fighter, because when you're 40, you are looking at it where he's trying to make business decisions now. And that's why Pacquiao wants the Floyd Mayweather fight, because Pacquiao knows the Floyd Mayweather fight is the one that's going to pay him a huge amount of money. Floyd Mayweather is the one that's going to, you know, make that dough, of course, where the other fights don't really generate that kind of revenue. They don't generate that kind of money. So, and Pacquiao's wanted the Mayweather fight ever since, you know, he joined PBC. He's wanted it all along, and that's why he joined with the PBC, because he felt the Mayweather fight's possible. That's the only reason Manny Pacquiao joined Al Haymon. Yeah, he might not openly say it, but trust me, that's the only reason that Pacquiao's joined with the PBC. He wants that Mayweather money. He wants that Mayweather fight. But I think it's going to be difficult for him to get that fight, because Mayweather's not interested. If I'm totally honest, I don't think Mayweather wants that fight. So I think Pacquiao's going to have to maybe fight these younger lions, and he's probably looking at it, out of all these guys, who can I beat? Who can I still look good against? And maybe he looks at Spence and doesn't feel as confident. And you can't blame the guy. You know, Spence is a beast right now. You have to say it how it is. Spence is a beast right now. You know, Spence is the man in the welterweight division. He's a beast. Pacquiao's a lot smaller than him. Pacquiao's a lot old. A lot of you keep saying, well, you know, Pacquiao can do what he did to Margarito. He was a lot younger when he fought Margarito. Spence is an animal. He's an animal, Spence. You know, and whether you want to admit it or not, Spence is an animal. You know, Spence isn't, and Spence is not going to be like a Margarito. You know, Spence could have given Pacquiao a great fight in his prime. You know, this is a tough fight for Pacquiao. Pacquiao knows that. And I think that Twitter poll just shows that Pacquiao's not confident of beating Errol Spence. And you can't blame him. When you're 40 years of age and you see a guy that's bigger than you, that's strong, and you see, look what he did to Mikey Garcia. I know Pacquiao's a tougher fighter than Mikey Garcia for Spence, but still, you know, it's a horrible fight. It's a tough fight. And Pacquiao just probably doesn't feel confident right now taking on that challenge. So, You can't hate on him. Pacquiao's given us great fights along the way. If he doesn't want to fight Spence, there's nothing wrong with that. He's 40. He's 40. You know, you can't blame a 40-year-old having to fight the best. You know, Errol Spence should be fighting Thurman, Porter, these guys, not Pacquiao. You know, but that's just Pacquiao's competitiveness that he still wants to fight these guys. But leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.